Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are and what time of day it is when you watch this video. My name is Z, and welcome back to my gaming corner. In today's special guide video on World of Warcraft, we are going to be talking about collections, mounts, specifically, mount collecting, very specifically. And as some of you may remember, before my channel got deleted last January, I had a video called Lord of the Rains when I showed you the 4 Falcosaur mounts that I got. I was at 296, learned the 4 Falcosaur mounts, got to 300, and showed you the 300 mount achievement. Well, all those videos are gone, and so I'm in the process of remaking all that content. But I can't exactly show you me getting the achievement of Lord of the Rains, so we have to do the next achievement. So that's what we're here for today. Something that Blizzard has done since, I want to say, 2009. It's been a while. It's been a while since I first noticed this. I think it was 2009. But they started giving achievements for collecting things, and back in the day, mounts was the real only thing that you could collect. Granted, there were a few companion pets. Remember, the UI was completely different. And they didn't have pet battling until Mists of Pandaria. So, I mean, there were like 20 or 30 battle pets that, well, not battle pets, they were just companion pets. They didn't battle at all. There were 20 or 30 pets that you could collect, but they didn't really offer rewards for collecting. But mounts have been in the game since vanilla. And when achievements came to World of Warcraft in Wrath of the Lich King, I want to say it was 2009 when they released their first couple of achievements. They released the 50 mount achievement and the 100 mount achievement. I think that was 2009, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, ever since then, Blizzard has rewarded those players who like to collect things. And then, of course, as they've added more things to the game, like, pet battles in Mists of Pandaria, they started giving rewards for collecting a whole bunch of battle pets. But we're here today to talk about mount collecting. So, if I bring up my UI, you'll notice that my achievement right here says no stable big enough, and it says 349 out of 350 mounts usable by a single character. So I'm literally 1 mount away from no stable big enough. But let's start at the beginning. So if you press the letter Y to bring up your achievement pane, and you come down here to collections, and in collections there is an option for mounts. So you have toy box mounts and appearances. And in the mount collection there's a whole bunch of different achievements for the mount collecting. This Awake the Drake one we'll be covering in a future video. And then remember this Lord of the Rains, which I did back on November 30th, a while ago. That's when I showed you the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. I actually got that achievement on the video. But if you look at these mount achievements, you'll notice that the first achievement, the Stable Keeper, is when you obtain 10 mounts. Now, obtaining 10 mounts is actually quite easy. Go get exalted with Orgrimmar, or go get exalted with the Pandaren, and they'll give you, just buy the mounts from them. The Pandaren have 14 mounts for sale. Orgrimmar has like 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever it is. Getting 10 mounts, easy. And then you get another achievement, filling up the barn, when you obtain 25 mounts. So get exalted with all of your main faction cities. Like, for example, if we come to my press letter U to come to your reputations, we'll come down here to classic. And I'm a member of the Horde, but if we look at the Horde, Bearded Water Cartel, Dark Patrols, the Pandaren, Orgrimmar, Silvermoon, Thunderbluff, and Undercity, they're all exalted. Once you get exalted with the various city-states in World of Warcraft for your faction, go to the quartermaster for the mounts. They're usually standing near the flight master for that city. Like in Silvermoon City, the flight master is actually out front, at Neversong Woods, out in front of the gates. And then you just go around the corner and over to Theron's Library, and you can buy the Hawkstriders, for example. But go to the mount vendor for your faction once you become exalted. Orgrimmar and Stormwind, I believe, are the exceptions, because the flight point for both those cities, Orgrimmar is up top by the Zeppelin towers, and Stormwind is actually at the front gates. There's a loft area for the Griffin Riders, but the mount breeders, like the horses for the Stormwind and the wolves for Orgrimmar, are in a completely different section of the city. For example, if we go to the Orgrimmar map, let's get out of all this. Let's go over to Kalimdor, and we'll just click on Orgrimmar. Okay, so you can see the flight point is right up here. Here's the Zeppelin. Here's the 2 Zeppelin towers, and the flight point's right there. The mount vendor for Orgrimmar is in this building over here in the Valley of Honor. You can see the stable master right there. The mount vendor, the kennel trainer for the wolves, is right here in that building. For Stormwind, over here on the Eastern Kingdoms, we'll just click on Stormwind. So the flight point for Stormwind is actually right here at the front gates. These are like window areas for the Griffin Riders. The flight point's right here at the front of the gates. The breeder for the horses is out here in Old Town, and you have to come out here. I think it's like right here in Old Town, up in this grassy area. Like the command post for the PvP vendor is right there, and then there's this little archway right there with a portcullis. And then like the rogue trainers are here, and like the mage trainers are here. Well, no, the mage trainers over there, but like the rogue trainers and the lockpickers and the SI7 stuff is out here. The breeder for the horses, I think, is literally like right there by that dirt path on the grassy area. So yeah, the flight point's over here, trainers over there. So in Orgrimmar and Stormwind, they're in a slightly different area. But yeah, get exalted with your various faction states, like the Bilgewater Cartel, the Darkspear Trolls, Orgrimmar, Silvermoon, etc. For the Alliance side, it's Stormwind and Ironforge and Exodar and Darnassus, for example. Get exalted with your various factions for the various like coalitions in your faction, and then once you're exalted, you can purchase mounts from that faction. Easy to get up to 25 mounts. And then once you have amassed 50 mounts leading the cavalry, this is where you start getting rewards for mount collecting. And then at 50 mounts, it'll be every 50 mounts thereafter you get a new reward. So leading the cavalry. So if we open up our mount page, we come down here, we have to get through our favorites. We come down here to a little mount by the name of the Albino Drake. I just gotta find it. Right there. And look, it says achievement, leading the cavalry. So once you receive 50 mounts, you can purchase them, you can find them, get some boss drops, whatever. Once you get 50 mounts, you get the Albino Drake, and it is gorgeous. Look at that thing. So when you get 50 mounts, you actually get 51 mounts, because the Albino Drake. And if you type in a special command /mount special, he will do a cool little animation. So that is the Albino Drake. You get him when you obtain 50 mounts usable by a single character. Okay, we'll go back into our achievement pane. So you get your Albino Drake at 50, and then at 100 mounts, you get Mountain of Mounts, right? So let's open up our mount page, and let me bring up the Dragonhawk. So at 100 mounts, you get Mountain of Mounts. So if you want a Dragonhawk mount, one of the most guaranteed ways to get it would be to just obtain 100 mounts, and you get that guy. But, if you're on the Alliance side, you get something different. So the Horde side gets the Red Dragonhawk mount. Let me show you now what the Alliance gets if you're on an Alliance character, you get 100 mounts. So I'll be back with you in just one moment. So as you can see, I have magically transformed into an Alliance character. And for Mountain of Mounts on the Alliance side, you get the blue Dragonhawk, and this Dragonhawk is beautiful. Look at that, it's blue and has a little bit of green in it, has a little bit of purple in it. It is an absolutely gorgeous mount. But the downside with the Dragonhawk mounts, okay, they don't have anything cool for their mount special. So let me type in / if I can spell correctly today, mount special, SPECIAL. Did you see that? It twitched just a little bit. Let me show you again. Mount special. There you see, like, he put his head down, he twitches. He doesn't really do anything for their mount specials, but the Alliance side gets the blue Dragonhawk. The Horde side gets the red Dragonhawk. So let me magically transform back into my Horde character. So just one moment. Okay, we have transformed back into our Horde character, and we'll do a once around for the red Dragonhawk. There he is, kind of red, white, and orange. So yeah, the Horde gets the red Dragonhawk, the Alliance gets the blue Dragonhawk. When you get the achievement, Mountain O' Mounts, obtain 100 mounts usable by a single character. Okay, and then once you obtain 50 more mounts, so you're now at 150, you get the achievement, we're going to need more saddles, obtain 150 mounts. So let's go to our mount page, and I'm going to type in the word Jade, and, oh no, it's just right there. So when you get the achievement, we're going to need more saddles. Right here, you get the Jade Pandaren kite. And both the Horde and Alliance get the same kite. So the Jade Pandaren kite looks like this. It has green feathers on the back. It's a Pandaren kite. Has a cool little crane motif going on for its face. Has two little eyes. It's a crane beak. Kind of cool. This kite, and the kites in general, because there's the Jade Pandaren kite, there's the regular Pandaren kite. These have, in my humble opinion, one of the best mount specials in the game. Let me show this to you. Mount special / ECIAL. Oh, no, whoops. Let me do that again. Whoops. I didn't mean to press spacebar. But look at that. It swings back and forth, and then what is this? Oh, he spins around. Look at that. That by far one of the best mount specials in the game right there. Back and forth and spinning around. Let me just show you that again. / mount special. Back and forth and spins around. The coolest mount special is on the kites. The other one that has a really cool mount special is the Soul of the Aspects, the Gold Dragon. He does a loop-de-loop. So that's what you get at 150 mounts. You get the Jade Pandaren kite. There it is. So you're collecting mounts, you got your 150, and then you go and you get 50 more mounts. Oh my gosh, now you're up at 200 mounts. And you get the achievement, Mount Parade. Obtain 200 mounts usable by a single character. So let's open up our mount page. And right up here in the search bar, we can just type in Mount Parade, MOUNTPARADE. And it brings up the Armored Red Dragonhawk. So let's mount up Mount Parade Armored Red Dragonhawk. So now we get a second Dragonhawk mount for mount collecting. And I'm sorry my camera just likes to, freak out sometimes. But there it is. There is the Red Dragonhawk mount. The problem that I find with this Dragonhawk is that the only part of it that's red are its eyes and the armor. Because the Dragonhawk itself is actually like a grayish, greenish color. Look at it. Look at its wings when it hits the light. It's like a grayish green. It's not really red. It's more black and gray than red. The armor is red. The eyes are bright red. So just like the 100 mount achievement, when we got the red Dragonhawk and the Alliance got the blue Dragonhawk, the tail is a little bit different too. Okay, so at 200 mounts, you get another Dragonhawk mount. And this is the Armored Red. Let me transform over to my Alliance character, and you can see what the Alliance get, because as you expect, Horde gets red, Alliance gets blue. So just one moment. Okay, so here we are, magically transformed into our Alliance character. And this, for Mount Parade at 200, the Alliance gets the Armored Blue Dragonhawk mount. And again, The Dragonhawk itself is not actually blue. It's like gold and white. The armor, like the armor on it is blue. Its eyes are blue. You can see that his eyes right there, they are blue. But like the armor on it is blue, but like he gets like spear tips, like polearm spear tips as part of the armor on his back, and like the tail is a little bit different than the regular Dragonhawk mounts. But there it is. There is the blue, the armored blue Dragonhawk mount. That is what the Alliance gets, the armored blue. And just like all the Dragonhawks, if we type in mount special, ECIAL, see, he puts his head down, he twitches, doesn't really do anything. So there it is. On the Alliance side, you get the armored blue Dragonhawk. We'll do a once around. You can see the spear tips mounted to his back armor. He also has blades attached to the edges of his wings. You can see that. Or just blades attached to the edges of the wings. Pretty cool mount, if you ask me. There it is, the armored blue Dragonhawk mount. Let me magically transform back into my horde. So I'll meet you back with you in just a moment. Okay, so here we are back on our horde, and we'll just do a once around for the armored red Dragonhawk. Once again, this is for Mount Parade once you obtain 200 mounts, and it has like bone tusks or claws or like bone spurs or spikes or whatever attached to its back armor, and it also has like tusks or spikes or whatever attached to the edges of its wings. But yeah, that is the armored red Dragonhawk at 200 mounts, Mount Parade. So you continue with your mount collection. You got your 200 mount achievement, and you go and get 50 more mounts, and you get an achievement called Mount-tacular. Obtain 250 mounts usable by a single character. Mount-tacular. So we're going to open up our mount page, and with our search bar we're going to type in Mount-tacular. So Mountacu. There it is. For Mount-tacular, 250 mounts, Mount-tacular, you get the Fellfire Hawk. And this bad boy looks like this. He is absolutely gorgeous. He's a firehawk that has been infused with the Legion's power, been corrupted by the Fel, and now he is bright green. He is absolutely gorgeous. The one thing I don't like about the Fellfire Hawk, look at that, he's giving off orange sparks. And the corrupted Firehawk, the purple one, also gives off orange sparks, but the Pureblood Firehawk, which is orange, also gives off orange sparks. So Blizzard, if anyone on the dev team watches that, will you please change the sparks on the Fellfire Hawk to green and on the corrupted Firehawk to purple? That'd be awesome. But there he is. There is the Fellfire Hawk, and like his tail has just a little smidge of blue in it. You can see just streaks of blue coming out of his tail. Also at the tips of his wings, you can just see a little bit of blue in the wings. This guy is absolutely gorgeous. This is the Fellfire Hawk. Let's land and let me show you his mount special. So once again, it's / mount special. Ready? Here we go. He gets up on his hind legs. He caws, flaps his wings, just like the Proto-Drake. But that is the Fellfire Hawk. There he is. And once again, I honestly do think that the Firehawks, and even to some extent the Proto-Drakes, because they use the same rig, have the most graceful flight animations when they're just hovering. Look how graceful that is. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's so pretty. So pretty. And like this vantage point right there, absolutely gorgeous mount. Once you get to 250 mounts usable by a single character, you get the Fellfire Hawk. Okay, so you continue your mount collecting even after that, and this is what I showed you in my previous video on collecting mounts. And I got the 4 Falcosaur mounts. I showed them off to you. And when we got the 4th Falcosaur mount, we got to 300, and we got Lord of the Rains. So once you get 300 mounts usable by a single character, you get an achievement, Lord of the Rains, right here, and you get the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. And let me just say, right here on the mount page in the little dressing room area of the mount screen, it doesn't give this mount, it doesn't do this mount justice, because that mount looks like a tealy, almost aquamarine blue, and it's not that color at all. Let me show you the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. There he is in all of its magnificent glory. It's not aquamarine blue, it's not teal, it's not anything. It is a gorgeous, it's a gorgeous royal blue that's accented in white. Maybe even a little bit of cobalt blue in there. And then it's accented in white because it is a Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. But there he is. We'll do a once around. And I apologize for my camera movements. Sometimes my camera, likes to freak off. Let me go back the other direction. I'm trying to keep this movement pretty smooth, but sometimes it just gets stuck on signs and whatnot. But there is the, oh, whoops, I don't mean to move on you. But there is the Azure, the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. And let me do a mount special for you on the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. So there he was. He stretches out. And I remember back in Miss Pandaria when it first launched, they would spit fire out of their mouths. I don't know if anyone else remembers that. But that mount special, I thought they used to spit fire, breathe fire when they would do that mount special. But that is Lord of the Rains, 300 mounts usable by a single character. Now, let me share a little secret with you, and don't tell anyone, right? You remember back in Legion with patch 7.2, I want to say, with the Broken Shore, and we got our class mounts. We would go do those 15 steps on the Broken Shore, and then we get a quest to go get a specific mount for each of the classes. Like the Paladins got the High Lord's reins, like High Lord horses. Like the Rogues got ravens to fly on. The Hunters got wolf hawks. The Warriors got a variation on a Storm Drake. The Death Knights got an undead dragon. The Priests got an owl cat. Remember those mounts? All of those mounts for the different classes count towards your mount totals. So the Paladins get 4 horses. The Warlocks get 3 undead horses. The Hunters get 3 wolf hawks. The Rogues get 4 ravens. Go get all your mounts for your various classes, and the Hunters 3 wolf hawks give you plus 3 mounts to your mount collection. The Rogues 4 ravens give you plus 4 more to your mount collection. So while the achievement does say usable by a single character, it's not entirely accurate because your class mounts on all your other different classes count towards your mount totals. So just something to think about. So when you're going for 300, be sure to pick up all your class mounts on all your various classes. That is an additional... Let me think about this for just a minute, because not all of the classes got multiple mounts. Like the Warrior mount changes color depending on your spec. It's the same mount. But the Paladin got 4 distinct horses. The Warlocks got 3 distinct Death Chargers. They're the Netherlord Chargers. They're basically undead horses, but for Warlocks. The Rogues Ravens got 4 distinct ravens. So go collect all your mounts on the different classes, and you will get an additional 20 plus mounts right there, just for leveling up other classes, going through the Broken Shore, going on the quest for the mount and getting all your mounts, and then buying the other ones for a few war resources. Get all your mounts on the classes, easily get you to 300, because all the class mounts count towards mount totals. That's 300. We are collecting mounts even beyond 300. So let's look at our mount achievement. And down here at the bottom, it shows you the mount achievement that you're currently working on. So we have Lord of the Rains. We got that on a video on November 30th, a couple years ago. Okay, we got Lord of the Rains. Achieved. Done. And then it shows you the new achievement at the bottom, 350 mounts usable by a single character. And if we expand that, look at that. 349 out of 350. So, right now, on the video today, we are going to get our 350th mount. And I just so happen to have my 350th mount right there. The Mechanocat laser pointer teaches you how to summon an X995 Mechanocat. Okay, and there's some cool things you can do with the Mechanocat. You can paint him all sorts of different colors. And I was in Mechagon the other day, and I got the gold. I got the gold paint for the Mechanocat. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn the Mechanocat and get the achievement, No Stable Big Enough. Here we go. There it is, No Stable Big Enough. I also got the Frost Shard Infernal. Got the X95 Mechanocat. Got the Frost Shard Infernal. Let's start with the X995 Mechanocat. So we're going to type in X-995. There it is. X995 Mechanocat. We're going to mount up on this bad boy. And there he is. So we'll do a once around. The base model of the Mechanocat looks like that. Very mechanical. Bright, glowy, kind of orangey reddish eyes. And he acts just like a cat. He goes back, he stretches, he yawns, just like all the other cats. Let's see what his mount special is. If he's like the other cats, he's gonna growl just like that. Perfect. Let me show you what he looks like once he's painted gold. So there he is, the base Mechanocat model. Let me show you now what he looks like when he is painted gold. Just one moment. Okay, guys, so once you go back to Mechagon and you go over to Bondo's Yard where they paint the Mechanocats and you select a different color, in my case, I have the gold paint. I got that last night when I was just screwing around in Mechagon. I found the gold color. There he is in gold, and look, his color of his eyes changed. Look at that, now he has like white eyes. Look at that, kind of cool. So that is the gold coloration on the Mechanocat. But there, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to press the other mouse button. I'm sorry. Ah, there we are. So there is the gold Mechanocat. My 350th mount, the Mechanocat. There he is. You saw me get No Stable Big Enough, and we also got a new mount. So we get 351 mounts. Okay? So if we type in No Stable Big Enough, there he is, No Stable Big Enough, we got the Frost Shard Infernal. So for 350 mounts, you get this boy right there, the Frost Shard Infernal. There he is in all his frozen glory. The Frost Shard Infernal. That is for getting the achievement No Stable Big Enough at 350 mounts. Let's just see. I've never had an Infernal mount before. Let's see what his mount special is. So here we go, the Frost Shard Infernal's mount special. Oh, whoa. Okay, so my camera, like I said, my camera likes to freak out on me sometimes. Let's do that again. Did I see his head come off? Let's do that again. / mount special. Yeah, he takes his head in his hand. What the wow. So that is the mount special for the 350 mount achievement, No Stable Big Enough. And then once you have obtained that achievement, okay, that one goes right here, and you see that Lord of the Rains is right there, No Stable Big Enough right there, and the new mount achievement at the bottom is called a Horde of Hoofbeats. We're at 351 out of 400, and we get the Frenzied Fell Talon. So I'm going to start tracking a Horde of Hoofbeats, 351 out of 400. We just started on that achievement. And so the reward we get when we get a Horde of Hoofbeats, so a Horde of... Really? Yeah, there it is, Frenzied Fell Talon. A Horde of Hoofbeats. So once we get up to 400 mounts, and that'll be our next mount collecting video, that'll be way far in the future, we'll be getting that Frenzied Fell Talon. Looks kind of like the Raven Lord, if you ask me. So I'm going to take a wild guess he doesn't fly, because there is a purple version of that, there's an orange version of that, and a blue version of that. So when we get 400 mounts, I will show you all the different versions of the Frenzy Fel talent. But that's next time on our mount collecting video. Way far in the future, I've got to go find 49 more mounts because of the what's it called? The Frost Shard Infernal? Yeah. He's my 351st mount, so I have 49 more mounts to go get up to 400. But there he is in all of his frozen glory. If you enjoyed this video, want to give us a thumbs up, rate us a like for getting No Stable Big Enough and mount collecting and showing off all the mounts you get when you get mounts, and you get rewarded for each tier of mount collecting. If you want to give us a thumbs up, rate us a like, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that and click the notification bell so you always know when new episodes come out. Also, please tell your friends about us so they can come and they can enjoy these videos and enjoy the content just as much as you do. Now, I am going to do my best to re-record every video that used to be on the channel. So you'll get to see Awake the Drakes updated for 2019. We'll go through all the tier sets again for transmogrification. We'll do a transmogrification series. We'll get into the dungeon stuff. We'll go do all the dungeons again. And with any luck, because I basically have new purpose on this channel now, we'll actually go through and do the Icecrown Citadel dungeons. We'll actually get that done. But yeah, I'm going to remake all the videos that were on this channel, and then we'll explore new things that we can do, like maybe go into pet battles and show you how to defeat all the trainers across the world. We'll see. We'll get it all figured out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing you all that content and putting everything that was on the channel back on the channel. So look forward to those videos. I might go into a regular structure, doing videos again weekly on Sundays. I don't know yet. I'm just having fun in World of Warcraft again. Patch 8.2, I'm kind of liking it. I mean, I'm not really a hardcore raider. I don't care about having 450 item level or 500 item level. I don't care about any of that. I care about having fun, because most importantly of all, please remember this: World of Warcraft is just a game, and games are meant to be fun, and you're supposed to have fun while playing them. So if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. But I do admit that before patch 8.1 came out and we got our heritage armor, Battle for Azeroth wasn't fun, because we lost something when they took away our Legion artifacts. Our classes had big gaping holes in them. And then of course Ian Hazzikostas put out that video a few weeks ago saying that yeah, they made a mistake with class design for Battle for Azeroth, and they're working on it, but it won't be in Battle for Azeroth. So we're looking forward to 9.0 and the next expansion of WoW, and hopefully we'll get some class redesigns out and get some class fixing out, and some, instead of class pruning, we'll get some class growing. But yeah, Battle for Azeroth in the first 4 or 5 months, yeah, it wasn't fun. But I'm having lots of fun in patch 8.2, and I just wish that we didn't have to grind reputations again to get flying. So I'm working on that. I'm working on my Mechagon rep, working on my Nagitar rep, trying to get flying, but I'm working on that. I'm having fun. So yeah, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Look for me in my next video. I look forward to bringing you all this content again. But until next time, I'm Z, signing off.